I'm the Assistant Chief of Police for the Cedar Park Police Department, and I wanted to bring you some information this morning about an incident that occurred in Cedar Park early this morning around 6 a.m. We don't have a lot of information to release. It's still early in the investigation, but we did want to get some information out to the media as well as the community. Around 6 a.m. this morning, a passerby on 1431 drove upon a person asking him to call 911 because he had been shot. The passerby did call 911. Our officers responded to the intersection of 1431 and 183A. Upon arrival, our officers discovered that a Hispanic male in his mid-20s was a passenger of a vehicle, was pronounced deceased on scene. The driver of the vehicle was taken to a local area hospital with gunshot wounds and has life-threatening injuries. What the officers discovered on scene at the time is the vehicle did have multiple gunshots in the vehicle. Right now, we don't have a suspect description or a suspect vehicle description. It's early in the investigation. We're still trying to interview witnesses, put out there if anybody does have information to please call the Cedar Park Police Department. I'll provide a specific number here at the end of the interview, but like I said, we did want to get information out to the community to let them know what is going on in the intersection, and also if they could avoid the area of 183A and 1431 for a couple hours until our detectives and crime scene investigators could wrap up the investigation.
So I guess
Questions?
Now that leads to the question of the truck is here, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the crime scene is here. The gunshots happened here.
That's correct. As you can see, the vehicle behind me is where the incident happened. The truck does have multiple gunshots in it. So they're processing this area, which you see behind me, as well as any evidence that may have been collected in the intersection or whatever that they can find.
Well, what I meant was like it didn't drive here; it was here when the shots were fired. Do you think, or is this too early?
Well, what we know so far is that the vehicle was driving up to the intersection. Another vehicle approached it, fired multiple rounds into the vehicle, which is where it was basically where it's at right now. The suspect vehicle did drive off, but of course the vehicle you see behind me is stationed or placed where the incident occurred.
What's the condition of the victim in the hospital?
That we don't know right now. The last we were informed is they rushed him to a local area hospital and immediately into surgery. So we're 3 hours into it, and that's pretty much the update that we've been given so far is the victim's still in surgery.
Do you know if you have seen the crime on camera with the traffic cams?
You know, the traffic cams here in Cedar Park don't record on a continuous basis. They're basically for monitoring traffic flow and changing the lights. So no, the traffic camera that you see up there is not a recording device.
The passerby, did they indicate that the one person obviously was still alive, that they may have said something to them? Obviously you can't tell us what they said, but is there a possible witness in the passerby calling 911?
The passerby that did call 911, of course, we're interviewing them to get additional information. Basically, the only thing that they got from the driver is, the driver was saying call 911, that he needed medical help.
Without going into details, are these individuals known to police? Any history there?
That's a good question. We're still trying to figure that out, as of course one person is deceased and the other one's in the hospital. So we're hoping the person that was taken to the hospital, the driver was taken to the hospital, can provide us some information once they are able to get through their surgery and talk to the police.
Not to predict it, but 6 o'clock in the morning is kind of an unusual time to find something random.
Right, yeah, 6 o'clock in the morning, it's early. You know, right now, unfortunately, we don't know if it's a random act, if a targeted act. It's just, you know, we don't have a lot of people to interview right now, unfortunately, and so hopefully we can find some more witnesses once we put the information out that may have seen something and give us a call to, you know, start filling in the pieces.
Because it is still pretty busy at this time of day. 6 o'clock in the morning is sometimes pretty randomly busy.
Yeah, it's not a heavily traveled area. You know, there may be a few cars on the road going to work early in the morning, but it is a Saturday morning, so a lot of people are still at home in bed, and it's not as highly traveled as it would be like a Monday through Friday.
Have we ruled out the possible robbery?
We haven't ruled out anything yet. Like I said, it's early in the investigation, so we're exploring all avenues at this point.
Still in surgery, do you think? Or?
The last word we got was the driver is still in surgery, yes.
To a local hospital?
Correct. Right.
Other questions?
Do you anticipate, how long do you anticipate, just for, you talked about traffic,
Mm-hmm.
and people avoiding the area, should they do that pretty much all morning?
I would say, let's see, it's 10 after 9 now, so at least avoid the area for a couple more hours, give it to 11, 12 o'clock. They can find alternate routes if they need to go to the shopping centers or various business in the location here. There are different routes that they can get through, so, but just the main intersection here at 1431 and 183A will be periodically shut down here.
Is this something, I mean, just one last question, is this kind of something unusual for Cedar Park? I mean, this is like pulling up next to a vehicle and basically firing at another vehicle.
Yeah. You know, we don't have these type of incidents here in Cedar Park every day, so it's unusual for it to happen, especially right here at a main intersection. You know, we're doing everything, pulling all of our resources together because we want to solve this crime.
Okay.
Good. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for
Yeah,
coming over.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.